Cuttlebug folders create a beautiful embossed background that's the perfect backdrop for any card. But you can create a unique look by using the Cuttlebug to emboss just a portion of the card while leaving another portion available for stamping. Here are the tools and products that you're going to need for this technique. You will need a Cuttlebug. You'll also need an embossing folder. You're going to need a score pal to make a nice crisp line. And you're going to need some cardstock. And in this case, I'm using the Gina K Designs Pure Luxury 120-pound white cardstock. So it's a nice thick type of cardstock and it'll really make the embossing pop. Now what I like to do is I like to start this technique by creating a line. So I'm going to butt my piece of cardstock up against the end of the score pal and I'm going to score it right at 3 inches. Like that. Now that does two things. Number one, it gives a really nice finished edge to where the embossing will stop. And the other thing that it does is it gives you a place to line up your Cuttlebug folder, which you're going to see in a minute. So now that I'm done with the score pal, let me get my Cuttlebug in position here. Now for using the Cuttlebug folders, you're going to need 2 B plates and your A plate, and then you're going to need a folder. And in this case, I'm going to use the bubbles. Now, I'm going to take that line that I just created with my score pal, and I'm going to put that line right on the line of the Cuttlebug folder where you can see that the bubbles stop. So I'm just going to line that up perfectly. And now I'm going to put my Cuttlebug folder in between my 2 B plates and crank it through. Now you can see I have a beautiful textured pattern, and then right along my line is where I've Cuttlebugged, and that's where I've stopped. Now let me show you my finished card project. What I've done here is I've taken this line and I've put a piece of ribbon to cover it so it kind of breaks up the two areas, the smooth part and the Cuttlebug part. And you can see it's a nice, clean and simple card, a nice greeting, a beautiful textured background with just a single image. Try mixing 2 Cuttlebug folders together, or use 1 Cuttlebug folder, leave a space for stamping, and then emboss the bottom half with the same pattern. You can even emboss on an angle, leaving just a corner out for a small greeting. There's no end to the creative ways that you could do partial embossing.